Yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Yes, I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Tell what my Lord has done. The conqueror has come, and he brought joy, joy, joy to my soul. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Yes, I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Tell what my Lord has done. The conqueror has come, and he brought joy, joy, joy to my soul. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. My Lord done just what he said.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He healed the sick and he raised the dead.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He lifted me when I was down.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He placed my feet on solid ground.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Yes, I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed.
Tell what my Lord has done.
The conqueror has come, and he brought joy that morning. Hallelujah. That morning. Hallelujah. I can tell the world, yes, about this. I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed. Yes, I can tell the nations, yes, that I'm blessed.
Tell what my Lord has done.
The conqueror has come. Oh Lord, he brought joy that morning when he saved me. That morning when he blessed me. I'll tell it how he brought this joy to my soul. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
for commencement. And let's try that one more time with all our cardinal enthusiasm. Are you ready for commencement? It's my pleasure to announce the start of the Spring 2021 Commencement Celebration. Please rise if you are able as the platform party, including outstanding students, representatives of the faculties, and University of Louisville leadership, process onto the stage. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating class of 20 and 2021. You may all be seated. Now please turn your attention to the video boards above and to the side. I now present to you representatives of the faculties of the University of Louisville. 3 faculty representatives are seated on the platform. Dr. David Schultz, Faculty Senate President, Dr. Edna Ross, the Faculty Marshal, and Dr. Jason Gaines, Professor and Chair of Department of Political Science. If all faculty in attendance, if you are able, would you please stand or wave and be recognized? We would also like to recognize the deans of our academic colleges who are here with us on stage, along with all university leadership, as well as any other University of Louisville employees that are gathered here with us today. If all employees and university leaders would please stand and be recognized. I am now honored to present to you, representing the Board of Trustees, the Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mary Nixon.
You all look awesome. Graduates, welcome and congratulations. We also welcome your family, your friends to this special occasion. We are pleased that you are all here today. I am honored to thank the community leaders and members of the University Board of Trustees, the President's Council, the Alumni Association, and the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education for their support of the students and the university to make this occasion possible. I am also honored to recognize the 2021 Trustees Award winner. The award and substantial cash prize was established in 1989 by the trustees to salute an outstanding faculty member and to pay tribute to the vital role our faculty play by their extraordinary contributions and exceptional commitment to our students. Thus, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, in gratitude for extraordinary contributions to students, it gives me great pleasure to announce the 2021 Trustees Award winner, Dr. Jason Gaines, Professor of Political Science and Chair of the Department of Political Science. I see he has a fan club. Dr. Gaines has been chair of the department since he joined U of L in 2006. He is the most prolific and consistently productive scholar in the political science department. He has published 2 books since arriving at U of L, over 45 peer-reviewed articles, book chapters, and other publications garnering over 1,600 citations. As rich as his scholarly footprint is, however, the reason Dr. Gaines is this year's award winner is because of his dedication to his students. Dr. Gaines' leadership in the political science internship program has led to the placement of over 500 undergraduate and graduate student interns in Frankfurt each legislative session. That's more than all the other Kentucky schools combined. To quote Dr. Gaines in his own words, "Everything I seek to accomplish in the classroom begins with the foundation of accessibility. To reach students, I need them to believe that they can approach me and I am going to listen. This goes beyond the minimum standard of just being available on campus. Accessibility means that I treat their students' concerns with respect. It means being open, caring, and genuine in my interactions with them. I have discovered what I love to do, and my job has never felt like work for me." Isn't that awesome? Please join me in a round of applause to recognize Dr. Jason Gaines as the 2021 Trustee Award winner. Now, Madam President, on behalf of the university's Board of Trustees, I hereby authorize you to grant appropriate degrees and certificates to the individuals who have been duly recommended by the faculties of their respective schools as having completed all requirements. It is now my privilege to present to you the President of the University of Louisville, Dr. Neely Bandapudi.
Greetings, Cardinals. What an exciting time it is. Kind of cold and chilly, but very exciting. This is the culmination of years of dedication, hard work, and grit. Every commencement is memorable, but this year's at UFL will always stand out. For the first time, we're recognizing graduating classes from 2 different years. Class of 2020, where are you? And class of 2021. I'm so glad that each of you will be able to be on the platform to be recognized individually. We're also very excited to recognize some amazing areas of study today. We have graduates from arts and sciences, dentistry, law, medicine, and the graduate school. While you may walk up here on your own, the reality is that you would not be here if it were not for a whole host of people who supported you and motivated you and made it possible for you to be here today. So graduates, as the first order of business for the evening, may I ask that you give a huge round of applause to your family and friends, whether they are here or elsewhere, that made today possible. It's also important to acknowledge another group that's critical to your success: the amazing staff at the University of Louisville. From advising to housing, dining, the rec center, the grounds crew, physical facilities, these are the people that keep campus humming. Today, though, I want to give a special shout out to one team, the small but mighty team that comprises the Commencement Planning Committee. This team of 19 people worked tirelessly to make this evening happen. In the interest of time, I'll call out just 3 names: Stephanie Rebert from the Registrar's Office, Kevin Lush from the Physical Plant, and Zach Pennington, the student representative on the committee. Would you give them all a round of applause? And last but not least, let us recognize the faculty who were more than just educators to you. Like Dr. Gaines, at our university, our faculty don't just see themselves as some faraway sage on a stage. They are your guides by your side. They were your mentors and cheerleaders. Please think of your favorite professor and give the loudest applause you can to recognize our faculty. At commencement, it's customary for the university president to offer a few words of wisdom, some nuggets of insight that will hopefully stay with you for years, or at least realistically till the end of the ceremony today. Given that I've been waiting almost a year to celebrate some of you and to make sure this speech stands out, don't worry, I've cut it down to only 45 minutes. See? Let's think about March 2020 to today. Think of everything we've been through. A global pandemic, which still rages in parts of the world, a financial crisis, and painful reminders of the racial injustices that persist in our country. We also experience the loss of loved ones whose memories we will cherish forever. To many, this has been the longest year. The longest year. The time when time stood still, when days became indistinguishable from one another, and when screen fatigue became real. Some of us worked from home, and others had to step up to live at work. This was the year that asked us to question ourselves, question what truly mattered, to remember and to reflect. This may be true for some of you, but for me, this was not my first experience with the longest year. There was a time in the late 1990s when a personal health crisis forced me to take a lot of time to ask myself these tough questions. Time stood still, days became indistinguishable, and fatigue became a daily reality. Emerging from the darkness of that year, I promised myself that I would be brave enough and that in every class I taught from then on, whether an introductory undergraduate class or a PhD seminar, I would dedicate our last class session to share with them some of the life lessons I wrote down for myself if I had the gift of more time on this earth. That courage stayed with me as a professor. But when I took on administrative roles, I lost it somehow. I no longer shared my very personal life lessons. It took living through this, the second go-around of the longest year, to give me the courage to share some of these simple ideas about living with you, my cardinal family. Life is unpredictable and fragile, painfully, infinitely, beautifully fragile. And if we're not careful, we will clutter up our lives when we look back with so much busyness. And we wonder, when did I become a hoarder of trivia? So we must clear out the clutter and make room for what really matters. First, I hope you make room in your life for you. That may sound silly or trite, but for me, I realized at 35 that so much of my life had become about living the life someone else expected of me, or what I thought they expected of me. Make room to understand who you are and why you are. Really think about what gives you joy. To me, moments of joy are distinguishable from fleeting moments of happiness. They're more transcendent and elusive and only come from a profound sense of connection, whether it's to nature, to people, or to the world around us. I know there is deep joy in fulfilling a sense of purpose. Purpose, mind you, not just ambition. Purpose comes from caring about something bigger than yourself. It doesn't have to be as grand as saving a nation or a people's. Purpose can come from the desire to build a strong family, to nurture a child, to make a difference in a community, to make a difference in at least one other person's life. Second, make room in your lives for your family and friends. It's sad but true that very often we take for granted the very people who mean the most to us. While these people always understand when we cancel dinner plans or prioritize something else, is it right that they be asked to do this all the time? Why is it sometimes we are nicer, kinder, more polite to strangers than to the ones we love most and those who love us most? It's important that you're successful at your work, but you're indispensable only to your loved ones. To them, there's only one you. When I was not sure what the future held, I held tight to my then 10-year-old daughter and to my husband now of 37 years for the anchor that I needed. Make room in your life for your family and friends. Of course, when you are lucky to have colleagues that are like family, it makes all the difference in the world, as it did to me at that time. Third, make room in your life for diversity. Make friends who are not just your clones in age, economic status, gender, ethnicity, and race. Our most profound human experiences, births and deaths, joy and grief, are not unique to us. They are universal because we truly are one human family. My illness made me hungry to know more about how others lived, their hopes and their dreams. I was embarrassed that I had traveled across oceans to come to this country, and yet I found my network was sadly homogeneous. I tried hard to learn the importance of empathy, understanding how the world looks to another person. Build relationships with people whose life experiences differ from your own to enrich your understanding of the human condition. And by the way, you can look this up. The Journal of the American Medical Association in 1997, and there's a lot more research after that, showed that people who had more diverse social networks were healthier. They had more resistance to everything from the common cold and beyond. Make room in your life for forgiveness to others and also to yourself. This is not coming from some noble place, but a purely selfish one. For all our differences, we all get the same number of minutes and hours each day. If you woke up tomorrow and had $24 and someone came by and stole $1 from you, you would be upset. But you wouldn't think it's a smart idea to say, well, now that that $1 is gone, I think it's a great idea to throw away another $2, $3, $5. And yet we routinely do that with time. If someone cuts us off in traffic, takes our parking spot, if a coworker is rude to us, if a spouse snaps at us, we take those 5 minutes of hurt and then stew over it for minutes, hours, days. We know grudges that have been nourished for years. We hear all the time, don't throw away good money after bad. Why should you throw away good time after bad? It doesn't mean you have to simply accept everything that's dished out to you, but it does mean that you should be mindful of your own peace of mind. So as you go through life, be gentle with others and with yourself. Give them grace and give yourself some as well. Finally, make room in your life for some gratitude. No matter how bad things are, there's always something to be grateful for. Look at you. You are among less than 7% of the population of the world that has at least a bachelor's degree. And that's about 25% of the people in Kentucky, about a third of the US population. That's an achievement and a reason to be grateful. Your degrees are from a Research One university that puts you as graduating from a college that is in the top 3% of all colleges and universities in the country. Your degree is from the United States of America. As an immigrant, I have to tell you, for all its flaws and shortcomings, which are many and which we are counting on you and every generation to rectify, this is still the beacon of hope around the world. Gratitude is not simply accepting the status quo. To paraphrase Voltaire, gratitude makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. That's it for words of wisdom for me. In the many unexpected, winding roads of life, remember to make room for yourself, for your family and friends, for diversity, for forgiveness, and for gratitude. Be proud to be part of a rich tradition of cardinals who are our alumni. You may have heard about the East Asian legend from China and Japan about this invisible red thread that binds us, each of us, to everyone we have ever met and everyone we are destined to meet. Well, I believe there is an invisible red and black thread that connects all cardinals, past, present, and future. In closing, please remember that we, your faculty and staff, will always be here for you. We will miss you. Come back often. These are your old stomping grounds now. And I hope that with your friendship, your counsel, and your support, future generations of Cardinal students will be able to proudly walk across a graduation platform like this to change the world for the better for everyone in the human family. Thank you, and go Cards.
Hello. Our schools and colleges selected one student from the graduating class of 2021 with an outstanding academic record, service accomplishments, and extraordinary potential for the future to carry the banner of their school in the procession today. We also have students here today representing the graduating classes of 2020. As they're introduced, we ask that they stand, and please hold your applause so we can greet them together as representatives of all our candidates' achievements. Aaliyah DeRay Brutley, College of Arts and Sciences, May 21 graduate. Nicole Claire Jackson, Graduate School, May 21 graduate. Blake Harrison Reed, School of Dentistry, May 21 graduate. Kirby Taylor Standifer, Brandeis School of Law, May 2021 graduate. Dasha Kanlash Inya, College of Arts and Sciences, May 2020 graduate. Dylan McGregor Johnson, Graduate School, May 2020 graduate. Jamie Young, Graduate School, December 2020 graduate. Please join us in recognizing and congratulating these outstanding students. You may be seated. One outstanding student at each ceremony is the student commencement speaker. The student speaker tonight, Aaliyah DeRay Brutley, is the May 2021 Outstanding Student of the College of Arts and Sciences. She is an amazing student, woman, scholar, activist, and artist. Her thirst for knowledge extends beyond herself into communities outside of her lived experiences. This is evident in her robust leadership within her sorority, Kappa Kappa Alpha Incorporated, and her sustained academic honors as a Dean's and Porter Scholar from her first semester until the last. Aaliyah has a bright mind and brings a vibrant presence and intentionality to her studies and community, as reflected in her numerous volunteer hours with Volunteers of America, Habitat for Humanity, and Franciscan Kitchen. Her leadership extends to the Midwest Missionary Baptist Youth Conference as the current youth president. Meticulous, dependable, and personable are words that describe her as well. Not only does she bring a high level of excellence to her studies, but she also brings the same quality of work to the stage as a dynamic actress. Today, Aaliyah graduates with a BS in Theater Arts and BA in Psychology. Her artistry and scholarship are interdisciplinary, which highlights her keen ability to see the gaps, spark action, critically engage, and command a room. Her interdisciplinary approach challenges antiquated methodologies, re-authors erased narratives, and builds toward a future beyond misogynoir. More than ever, we need leaders like this. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the student speaker, Aliyah Brutley.
I am incredibly honored to be your 2021 Commencement student speaker. To faculty, staff, my fellow graduates, and family and friends, thank you. L1C4, Louisville first, cards forever. Being born and raised in Louisville, I had been hearing this phrase long before stepping on U of L's campus. As freshman orientation approached, I started off my four-year journey at U of L weary that I had chosen the easy way out by going to the university in my hometown. As someone who had spent the first 18 years of their life in Louisville, what could U of L offer me that I hadn't already experienced? Well, as a lot of y'all have probably come to realize, we have quite a lot. As everyone here is either a part of the class of 2020 or 2021, we had the privilege of knowing life at U of L before COVID. We were able to experience the rush of Freshman Welcome Week, filled with events like Kickback in the Stacks in Cardinalville. We saw the commitment and selflessness that came with U of L's famous dance-a-thon event, Raise Red. We were able to experience the excitement that came with the live performances of International Fashion Show, the friendly competition that came about from my personal favorite annual event, the MPHC Step Show. Special shout out to the sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. In the highlight of my undergraduate career, we witnessed the inauguration of U of L's first woman and first person of color president. All of these hidden gems of U of L are what make our college experience stand out from the rest. They're what makes this big campus still miraculously seem like a close-knit family, and they are the foundation of L1C4. Now, although this commencement ceremony may be a mix of various colleges and graduating classes, with the College of Arts and Sciences obviously being the best, what unites us is this Louisville First, Cards Forever mentality. And what unites us even more now is that we are officially alumni of the University of Louisville. Regardless of the obstacles we encountered along the way, we overcame them and we made it. We managed to push through possibly the biggest obstacle of them all, COVID University. After transitioning to online classes that somehow seem to have way more work than normal ones, we have still graduated and will now embark on our individual journeys. Think back on all the long nights, countless papers and exams, and if you're like me, the endless times you threatened to drop out. And now look at where you're sitting in this very moment. Guys, we have crossed the finish line of the marathon called college. We will now enter a network and family of thousands of professionals and influencers who came before us and can say more proudly than ever that we are Louisville First and Cards Forever. Before I end, I'd like to thank all the influential people who played a part in getting me to this moment. My parents, Rose and Albert Brutley, my sister, Frankie, and two of my most supportive professors, Sydney Monroe Williams and Dr. Julie Bunk. I'd like to encourage my fellow graduates to tell at least 3 people that you're thankful for their help along your college journey. Whether you were one of the people that made it out in 3 years, or if you were on the super duper senior track, I'm sure you didn't make it here on your own, so take the time to thank those that helped you along the way. No matter what our next steps in life may be, whether it's grad school or entering our respective fields of study, we now all carry the same alma mater on our resumes and in our hearts. Louisville First, Cards Forever. Class of 2020 and 2021, we out.
All the graduates here today must have achieved strict standards of performance set by the dean and the faculty of their academic programs. Some students, however, reach even higher levels of performance for graduation with honors, with high honors, and with highest honors, or in Latin, cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. These graduation honors are embossed on their diplomas and transcripts. Students who have completed the required work for recognition as University Honors Scholars also have that designated on their diplomas and transcripts. Will all our students who have earned these honors, high honors or highest honors for your academic performance, please stand now to be recognized for your achievements. Congratulations. You may be seated. One of the glories of American public higher education is its democracy. Public universities and colleges enhance students' knowledge and expertise so they can improve their own lives and the lives of their fellow man. Public universities thus have a crucial place in the civil order and benefit of our society. Today, we recognize our candidates who are the first generation of their families to complete a college degree. An achievement for all our candidates, indeed, but a very special moment that we are privileged to acknowledge and share with our first generation candidates and their families. Will all first generation candidates please stand to be recognized? Well done. You may be seated.
Thank you so much, Provost Lori Gonzalez. She is our Executive Vice President and Chief Academic Officer and has been here for just over a month. So I'm so glad that you are here. And now, soon-to-be graduates, please turn your attention to the video boards and allow me to introduce to you the chair of our board for Louisville alumni, Tommy Nolan.
You've got your degree. You're a U of L grad. So now what? Your degree says you're ready to take on the world and change it. You have perspective, insight, and determination. Know what else? You're not alone. Remember those fun, smart friends you had in college? They're all out here too. And together, you can do even greater things. What better way to follow your path than with the people that started down it with you? There are over 150,000 of your fellow Cardinals across the country. That's a powerful network. So stay connected, stay engaged, stay in the game. Get connected through the Louisville Alumni Network and use your mind, skills, and talents to make the university, your community, and beyond a better place.
Graduates, I join the many people here today who congratulate you on your accomplishments. This is and will always be a memorable day for you. In a few moments, Dr. Bendaputi, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, will bestow upon you your degree. At that time, you will join over 150,000 living alumni who have graduated from this university before you, and you will become a member of the Louisville alumni family. As you've just seen, the Louisville Alumni Network is vast with an international reach, and we invite you to stay connected, stay engaged, and stay in the game. Now, I ask all other U of L alumni who are with us today, if you are able, to stand and be recognized. Now, I ask you to please join the collegiate choral in the singing of our alma mater.
Madam President, Chairperson Nixon, upon the recommendation of the university faculty, I am honored to announce the candidates for conferred degrees of the University of Louisville. These candidates fulfilled all the prescribed conditions and were deemed worthy of such degrees. I'm proud to present all our students with these degrees today.
Thank you. Chairperson Nixon, graduates, the moment that you've all been waiting for, the announcing of students who've successfully completed the requirements for their degrees. That moment has arrived. Dr. Beth Willey, Associate University Provost, and Dr. Gail Rhodes, Vice Provost, will announce the degree candidates. Normally, we would confer degrees after all students have crossed the stage. However, because we are asking students to exit the stadium after crossing the stage for COVID safety precautions, we'll have the ceremonial conferral of degrees at this point in our ceremony. So students, please remember to take all your personal belongings with you as you cross the stage. Also remember to have your call card ready, whether it's electronic on your phone or the physical card. And now, the single most exciting moment for me as president. On behalf of the University of Louisville Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to grant to each one of you the degrees and certificates you've earned based on the recommendations of the faculties of the colleges and schools in the university. Graduates, you may now shift your tassel to the left side of your cap as you cross the stage. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Dr. Willey and I will do our very best to say your names correctly, and if for some reason we do not, feel free to correct us. Kirby Standifer. Blake Reed. Jamie Young. Dylan McGregor Johnson.
Angela.
Claire Jackson. Dasha Kalaskina. Aaliyah Brootley. Caitlin Caswell. Chloe Sharp. Ashley Marone. Benjamin Gumble. Virgil Clay. Veronica Jernowska. Shelby Goff. Courtney Byers. Jared Williams.
Hannah Laura Mailer. Kiana Bailey. Lauren Jones. Dustin Hofer. Abigail Birch. Anna Basham. Caroline Hill. Emily Evans. Sydney Johnson. Mary Alice Ritter. Sharnae Austin.
Zach Olson. Dennis O'Leary. Peyton Sims. Jared Radcliffe. Isaac Etley. Tiffany Ann Flint. Morgan Mercer. Brandon McLean.
Benedict Nzombi Fenner. Lauren Nunnally. Maggie Ziegler. Ann Moore. Morgan McCool. Seth Futrell.
Megan Lee. Madison Meister. Riley Kerber. Daniel Snell. Emily Racino. Joseph Hooker. Come on, go.
Karen Harmon. Alyssa Beck. Richard Cornrum. Taylor Thomas.
Chris Anderson.
Malcolm Hodge.
Margaret Van Campen.
Joseph Garcia.
Zoe Doubles.
Azaria Frazier.
Victoria Smith.
Bailey Moneypenny.
Hallie Duncan.
Irma Adic.
Christopher Whipple.
Taylor Ackerman.
Lily Jordan.
Kelly Dumstorff.
Savannah Gregory. Jackson Reed.
Morgan Stevens.
Lance Price.
Connor Sloan.
Samantha Hughes.
Lena Iktefan.
Tisaki Niyajima.
Emma Johansson.
Madison Shannon.
Alista Butts.
Michael Sands.
Lauren Fine.
Nada Casilla.
Megan Husted.
Henrietta Ramsdell.
Brandon Saxton.
Jacob Denny.
Bethany Lee.
Gerald Leslie.
Emily Thomas.
Kevin Moriarty.
Alexis Doobie.
Kelsey Rexine.
Aaron Murphy.
Stephanie Lean.
Allison Warner Smith.
Cody Razor.
Valerie Moore.
Alejandro Rojas.
Alexander Fix.
Tabarius Peterson.
Robert Bell.
Caleb Chandler.
Monty Montgomery.
Robert Hicks. Tutu Atwell.
Carson Kidwell.
Damian Connor Mattingly.
Amber Meredith.
Corey Ayers.
Beverly Quinteros.
Emily Yelena.
Catherine Schmucker.
Kaylin Hudson.
Kathy Smith Shannon.
Eric Matheson.
Troy Buss.
Olivia Hennis.
Jennifer Lead.
Tyler Kahn.
Adrian Wallace.
Alina Varble.
Brooklyn Brown.
Benjamin Shia.
Katie Volpentesta.
Caleb Souders.
Lucas Laciello.
Riley Vance.
Arabella Werner.
Taryn Curley.
Will Fry.
Isabella Martin.
Rolandson Lee.
Nicholas Bean.
April Kelly.
Megan Hebert.
Jessica Johnson.
Madeline Nuxall.
Meredith Kessler.
Destiny Coleman.
LaChris Weathers.
Rachel Eckert.
Ashley Williamson.
Marissa Robertson.
Anna Mendoza.
Anna Wilson.
Addison Jones.
Matthew Smith.
Faith Miller.
Nicole Markham.
Sarah Brady.
Lauren Looney.
Jada Thomas.
Morgan Hazley.
Elise Cloyo. Elise Jasmine Coonrod.
Lucas Wells. Logan Wells.
Kitty Lee.
Austin Pollard.
Brianna Washington.
Nunu.
Courtney Coons.
Thomas Pilger.
Caroline Gribbins.
Justin Peterson.
Paige Waite.
Veronica Wunderlich.
Kyle Landis.
Emma Lawson.
Morgan Allen.
Brianna Berry.
Cherie Burke.
Bunny Hayes.
Rebecca Smith.
Cassidy Schaefer.
Ancha Rima.
Cameron Oldham.
Caitlin Stillwell.
Kevin Cockerline.
Emma Lynn Riekstrop.
Caitlin Glover.
Donna Cooper.
TJ Durr.
Holgren. Paya Martinez Holgren.
Mohammed Huck.
Rohan Kulkarni.
Simran Kiani.
Narali Gandhi.
Jacob Norman.
Kayla Kolotkin.
Lindsay Barnes.
Andrea Gradup.
Alexis Harden.
Nicholas Bell.
Eric Stout.
Eric Stucker.
Dominic Smith.
Kamala Nasser.
Anjali Kanwar.
Constance Wheeler.
Hillary Higgins.
Caitlin Allen.
Hope Taylor.
Logan Green.
Jessica Roma.
Mackenzie Matthew.
Lindsay McDaniel.
Mia Isabel Rodriguez.
Sydney Fisher.
Mackenzie Murray Ballard.
Addison Hensley.
Miranda Legg.
Hannah Thurmond.
Avery Wollab.
Kiana Bowen.
Megan Carrico.
Gabriel Howard.
Sabrina Collins.
Abigail Posey.
Caleb Payne.
Jennifer Schaefer.
Jensen Smith.
Nicole Sparling.
Jenna Hubert.
John Davis.
Charles Elder.
Jeffrey Elder.
Kasia Kanalarmapudi. Close.
Haley Butala.
Aaliyah Johnson.
Hannah Lascodi.
Emma Lascota.
Jacob Van Thornell.
Kisur Acharya.
Mohammed Mustafa.
Grant Maglinger.
Jesse Nethery.
Andrea Pignado.
Sierra Conforti.
William Gregory Hensley.
Caitlin Warner.
Mackenzie Ballard.
Kathleen Connolly. Ann Fettick.
Carly Hanks.
Taylor Lynch.
Matthew Timmons.
Gabriel Ochoa.
Nicholas Long.
Ashley Carroll.
Alexis Simon.
Amber Greenwell.
Sarah Myers.
Ahmad Turkai.
Lauren Brooks.
Madison Teresa Robinson.
Bryce Lynn Thurman.
Hallie Sine Robinson.
Megan Helm.
John Downs.
Quincy Langford.
Alexis Lene Posey.
Trey Dean Elamine.
Darius Forwood.
Esther Tabubo.
Julie Wosu.
O'Gary Tabubo.
Ashley Nally.
Elizabeth Bescheldor.
DeAndre Martin.
Chandler Howerton.
Abigail Briney.
Tiffany Rogers.
Ali Ashueli.
Lana Almaki.
Shayla Alvey.
Jacqueline Aldridge.
Sasha Palazzo.
Jordan Drake.
Shelby Conley.
Rachel Haslam.
Lakin Hodgins.
Alexandria Jordan.
Jordan Allen.
Allie Spillane.
William Howard.
Cadence Gazo.
Delmer James Pruitt.
Jacob Gangwer.
Brady Alexander.
Nanny Jervis.
Caroline Dant Culver.
Sarah Hall.
Kara Graff.
Kaylin Carr.
William James.
Madison Moore.
Sarah Becknell.
Allison Whitfield.
Emery Howard.
Mina Ibrahim.
Mariam Al-Izzi.
Ines Alcalde.
Raya Habib.
Suchitra Goreng.
Shames Shaker.
Erica Lindsay.
Alexandra Clone.
Jefferson Richardson.
Ari Schofield.
Michael Hewlett.
Amanda Edlin.
Carly Hyman.
Kayla Gaddard. Conces. Nicholas Consis. Kristen Dutloff.
Gina Yetzi.
Anthony Less.
Jacob Jones.
Daniel Erickson.
Christopher Jacob Brown.
Dillard Collier.
Zach Pennington. Sierra and Kiera Ross.
Maya Smith.
Eunice Latanda.
Ashley Quiggins.
Mariah Garcia.
Kristen Gilo.
Emily Cronenberger.
Kiera Lowe.
Robin Smith.
Parker Kelly.
Brittany Wimsat.
Kaylin Allison.
Kelsey Mudadir.
Courtney Van Sant.
Mallory Jenkins.
Olivia Smolovitz.
Abigail Palmer.
Hannah Sears.
Caitlin Thomas.
Shanae Hassman.
Ariana Velasquez.
Kaylee Bryan.
Sierra Gay.
Benjamin West.
Luke McFarland.
Carlos Garcia.
Sydney Witchman.
Coy Kabithe.
Nancy Lane.
Rachel Thompson.
Sophia Wilkins.
Olivia Allison.
Torian Miles.
Shelby Thomas.
Faith Linton.
Madison Birch.
Michaela Washington.
Kennedy Murillo.
Leela Spiva.
Emily Curley.
Cameron Stovall. Cameron.
Ava Weichel.
Maisie Noakes.
Sydney Baker.
Allison Doimer.
Seth Payne.
Catherine Banton.
Kyle Cerna.
Megan Greenwell.
Anam Ahmed.
Marie Williams.
Courtney Hesselschwart.
Joseph Garcia.
Ben Barbary.
Andrew Ransdale.
Rachel Walker.
Elijah Schultz.
Jordan Perez.
Dylan Ing.
Daniel Termini.
Chelsea Plamp.
Bryce Howard.
Thomas Coons.
Jaden McCutcheon.
Jessica Morales Sanchez.
Caitlin Crouch.
Aaliyah Ijemek.
Cameron Deshawn Smith.
Leandra Casaro.
Kristen Mulligan.
Dayton Blair.
Noah Mueller.
Catherine Hall.
Hala Ajamali.
Maria Bentley.
Audrey Sims.
Lanisha Sowell.
Yasmin Goodner.
Leah McDonald.
David Campbell.
Corey Brzezowski.
Kyles Wilson.
Jacob Cassidy.
Miracle Webb.
Asia Thornton.
Ellen Nichols.
Tram Quinn.
James M. Joyce.
Sedante Miller.
Zavon Bricest.
Tommy Fan.
Demetrius Minnick Tucker.
Damian Davis.
Sarah Beth Conklin.
John Mattingly.
Sean McDowell.
Arabella Polovich.
Sawyer Redden.
Ryan Shoup.
Brian Giardina.
Danelle Lewis.
Emily Porter.
Jamie Sanders.
Sherry Stallard.
Brennan Carver.
Alexandra Michalak.
Tara Sexton.
Tatiana Moffett.
Andrea Mackey.
Sarah Blaylock.
Shayla Scanlon.
Courtney Allen.
Beatriz Liliana Desidero Reyes.
Faith Fisher.
Mackenzie Thompson.
April Gales.
Kimberly Ann Smith.
Madeline McLeod.
Stefana Schauer.
Olivia Gambrill.
Haley Haining.
Audrey Beckerly.
Alyssa Hibbs.
Jeremy Cosby.
Brianna Lee.
Nicholas Telasco.
Brenna Walkley.
Madeline Niemeyer.
Duncan Barber.
Drew Smith.
Alexis Monet White.
Kiera Cunningham.
Kyla Bradley.
Ebony Darty.
Malaya Cunningham.
Elvira Malchinovich.
Daniel Fisher.
Christian Fisher.
Jessica Avis.
Allison Leroy.
Karen Luis.
Samantha Hardy.
Sarah McArthur.
Amari Hopkins.
Matthew Brown.
Robert Lonizak.
Carly Cilio.
Daniel Keogh.
Madison Walsh.
Sarah Sabaleski.
Nicholas Watts.
Lauren Matz.
Viana Carini.
Trevor Milliner.
Perrine Rekraj.
Demetrius Holtz.
Molly Connor.
Arlette Perez.
Damonique Beard.
Lily Hall. Allison Kirk.
Alexandra Jaggers.
Mary Claire Gates.
Ambria Patel.
Damanis DeBell.
Christopher Vernon.
William Wilson.
Rachel Worth.
Jocelyn McGordy.
Corinna Gridley.
Sharice Johnson.
Kristen Connor.
Melanie Osborne.
Nastaran Abduli.
Raven Thornton.
Kaylee Godby.
Nicholas Nightenhelser.
Kaylee Worrell.
Rima Abraha.
George Nalbandian.
John Wolf.
Okay. Michaela Piggies.
Oliver Varland.
Stephanie Castro Geraldez.
Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Mariah Martin.
Datea Hooks.
Ryan Wysek.
Angus Manthus.
Logan McConkey.
Desmond Stepp.
Okay. Kylie Alexis Kumar.
Jada Hobbs.
Jacqueline Trejo.
Tomas Ferrari.
Emily Yu.
Olivia Sin.
Corey Sulfarino.
Mike Bassie.
Kong Tahane.
Nikayla Biggs Doremus.
Ashley Harrington.
Dominique Roberts.
Rebecca Turley.
Sarah Collins.
Jennifer Clement.
John Nagale.
Danea Marshall.
Chandler James.
Angela Campbell.
Alexander Jude Vega.
Asia Joy Bill.
Jordan Carey Adams.
Lima Alakozai.
Noria Rainbow Diva.
Seda Maratova.
David Parr.
Morgan Woodruff.
Jalecia Johnson.
Keisha Johnson.
Yasmina Elgrazi.
Jocelyn Garcia.
Hannah Haji.
Pratista Talpa.
Bonica Guimaray.
Shiza Ikram.
Bernice Acapo.
Danielle Klutz.
Molly Browning.
Alexandra Jonte Ducklow.
Kayla Williams.
Nia Bard.
Laurie Shanti.
Kiera Burton.
Alana Gibson.
Deja Courtney.
Jelena Slayton.
Jalen Johnson.
Tamika Gray.
Danielle Jackson.
Max Rogers.
Bethany Miller.
Ariel Alexander.
Destiny Dean.
Nancy No.
Caitlin Moody.
Megan Garrison.
Catherine Hudson.
Reese Fisher.
Alexis Lilly.
Sienna Washington.
Giovanna Cones.
Zikoria Boone.
Carrie Austin.
Sharia Islam.
Dejanae Coleman.
Madison Harrington.
Hannah White.
Shane Van Meter.
Nikisha Jackson.
Jalen Woodard.
Tishawn Davidson.
Jamaica Solomon.
Victoria Cameron.
Grace Roth.
Samantha Padilla.
Carmen Klein.
Chelsea Richardson.
Kenyetta Johnson.
Aisha Thapa.
Caitlin Powell.
Maddie Perez.
Gianni Hampton.
Grisel de Lopez. Oh no, you got it.
Cheyenne Vera.
Kelly Lewis.
McKinley Bradley.
Madison Holmes.
Elton Joseph.
Catherine Elmore.
Charlize Matthews.
Najma Noor.
Tabarak Kadiyam.
Tyra Kemp.
Karem Codrington.
Brianna Worrell.
Nikki Artery.
Elizabeth Turner.
Anand Kamaravelu.
Paige Avery.
Alanis Harris.
Coogan Naidu.
Congratulations to all graduates. Thanks for our wonderful platform party here. Those of you that are still here, this is the conclusion of the commencement ceremonies. You may now exit the stadium as the platform party recessional begins.